Stories from the Ride is the section of my YouTube channel that's kind of a video log that talks about things that happen while we're out riding. This video I'm going to title Stories from the Drive, and you'll see why in a minute. The goal of my YouTube channel is to use the things that I've learned over the years about cycling and to help you all enjoy the sport better, whether it's learning about bikes or by maintenance. And just when I think that I've learned about all there is to know about cycling or bikes or whatever, I learn something new. And sometimes those learning experiences can be painful and expensive. So I'm going to talk about something that happened this past weekend. And yesterday was a Saturday cyclocross race, and it was a 2-day race, about an hour and 40 minutes from my house. And so I went down yesterday morning, Saturday morning. And I will typically bring a second bike as a pit bike. And for those of you who don't know, in cyclocross, you can keep a bike or wheels or whatever in a pit. And that's a section of the course you can pull off, grab another bike, or change out a wheel if you need to. So a lot of times I bring my gravel bike, but the gravel bike has slicks on it right now. So I brought a mountain bike, my Anthem 27.5, which I'm actually getting ready to sell, but I wanted to ride it for another week or two to do some comparisons with my 29. So I have a 2-bike rack, the performance bike rack, that I use on my Honda Accord. We have a 4-bike rack for our Honda CR-V. And so to save weight, and because I was only bringing 2 bikes, not the whole family's bikes, I decided to put my 2-bike rack on the Honda CR-V, which I've done before actually. So I put the bike on, I put the mountain bike on first, and then the cyclocross bike. And when I got down to the course, I got out of the car, getting ready to get registered and start warming up. I looked at my bike tire on the mountain bike, and the front tire was flat, which I thought that's weird because these tires have never gone flat. They have the Stan's Valor wheels, the carbon wheels, and Schwalbe tires, and I don't think I've ever had a flat. They just hold air so well, and I keep Stan's fluid in it. So I thought that's kind of weird. And so then I look at the rim, and I noticed the sticker's kind of messed up, and I was like, And then I look closer, and the rim is just completely caved in, and I'll show it here in a minute. And at first I thought maybe some road debris had hit the wheel, but you know, I would have heard that, and I didn't hear anything. And then it occurred to me what happened. The exhaust pipe from the car melted my carbon rim. Now, I have never heard of that, much less ever had it happen to me. Now, for those of you who maybe that's happened or you already knew this, you know, cut me some slack here with the comments, because literally I've never heard of that happening. And it was a good maybe 14, 16, 18 inches away from the exhaust pipe. So, you know, it was, again, one of those things that I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. This is a $2,000 wheel set, and I just lost half of it from an exhaust pipe in a car. Let me show you the pictures that I took right after it happened, and you can see it sitting on the bike rack, and you can see how far it was from the exhaust pipe. So here you go. So this is the rack that I had the bike on. And I've already put it back on my Honda Accord, but it sits up a lot higher on this vehicle. So the hitch receiver in relation to the exhaust pipe, the hitch receiver is higher, so the rack sits up higher. On the CR-V, the hitch receiver is lower, and it put the wheel, it's about the same distance. So it's about the same distance from the car. It's just the wheel was sitting lower. And, you know, the wheel kind of came down, and it was right where the rim set in the lowest spot. The exhaust pipe just kind of had a direct line to the wheel. And that's how it happened. So this is the wheel up close. And if you're at all squeamish, you may want to look away. Oh, this hurts. It hurts me to even videotape this. I mean, it just melted. This could probably happen to any carbon rim, so I don't think this is a fault in stands. You know, I've of course heard of wheels that have melted on descents where guys have just ridden their brakes like on a road bike with rim brakes. But man, it just, and you can see even the stands tape melted underneath. Like I said, I have never heard of this before, and it's just warped. I mean, it's just, it hurts. It hurts so bad. There it is, the melted carbon wheel from an exhaust pipe. So that's my very painful and expensive lesson that I've learned, and really, I really hope that some of you out there hear this and it will save you this nightmare of an incident with your carbon wheels. And you know, thank God I didn't need the pit bike the whole weekend. And my giant TCX did great, and I didn't need a pit bike. But can you imagine going to a mountain bike race and getting there, or if I had carbon rims or whatever on my cyclocross bike? I mean, it would have been worse. So now I'm going to be calling stands tomorrow and see if, you know, I know they have their crash replacement program, and these wheels are less than a year old. So obviously I've got to get a new rim, new wheel, whatever. So we'll see what happens with Stan's customer service. You guys know that I rave about Stan's wheels. I've used them for so many years, love them, have never had an incident like this happen before. So it's a new one. So that's it. Stories from the drive. Again, I hope this can save some of y'all some money and really some frustration with this happening. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.